Hello YouTube. My name is Bigboysnacksjonnytv, aka what kind of snatch you want because I got plenty to go around. And this is my WrestleMania 41 Night 1 review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch the full video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content down during the channel. Follow my social media down below in the description. And go check out my WWE NXT Standard Delivery review and highlights. I still have it up on my YouTube channel and it's set to premiere. All that good stuff. So let's get started. Now WWE WrestleMania 41 Night 1. It was a terrible show, but it had some good moments. So as you can tell by the title of the video and you guys see that thumbnail, I'm glad Jey Uso beat Gunther. That's all I gotta say. Alright, it says, Welcome to Wrestling Inc. and results for WWE WrestleMania 41 Night 1 on April 19th, 2025. Coming to you live from the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada at a special start time of 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Alright, Roman Reigns will be colliding with CM Punk and his former Shield stablemate Seth Rollins in a triple threat match, which that was the match of the night in W ending. Let me continue. Seth Rollins and CM Punk have had no shortage of issues with one another over the course of the last several months. With Roman Reigns getting involved after a brawl broke out between him, Seth Rollins and CM Punk, they had all been eliminated from the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble, and at WWE Royal Rumble on February 1st. Things have only intensified between them since meeting in a number one of heated verbal confrontations with one another across WWE Raw and WWE SmackDown. All right, before I continue, where are my Jey Uso fans at? Where are my Jey Uso fans at? That's all I gotta say. If you guys are a fan, if you guys are a fan of Jey Uso that won the World Heavyweight Championship, hit that subscribe button right now. So what you Jey Uso haters got to say now? For those of you that still hating on Jey Uso, put some respect on Jey Uso's name. I told you guys that Jey Uso was going to be Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Look what happened. So don't try to switch up now for the people that still hate on Jey Uso. All right, let me continue. Gunther will be Gunther will be putting the World Heavyweight Championship on the line against Jey Uso. All through Jey Uso eventually secured the opportunity to challenge Gunther for his title at WrestleMania by winning the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble, which he did eliminate John Cena to win the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble. Things became personal between the two men after Gunther forced Jey Uso to watch as he attacked Jimmy Uso's twin brother, Jimmy Uso, on the March 31st episode of Raw. Jey Uso has since vowed to seek his retribution against Gunther and makes his family watch as he does to him what he did to Jimmy Uso. Tiffany Stratton will be putting the WWE Women's Championship on the line for the first time since retaining against Nia Jax, disqualifying on the February 14th of episode SmackDown, as she defends against the winner of the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble, Charlotte Flair. So Charlotte Flair is the queen of botches. That's all I gotta say. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair have encounter one another in a series of overall confrontations, both in person and via satellite. LA Knight will be putting the United States Championship on the line against the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu in his first defense since retaining against Shinsuke Nakamura at the March 30th live event. Jacob Fatu secured the right to challenge LA Knight after he defeated Braun Strowman in a last man standing number one contenders match on April 14th of episode of SmackDown. Another title will also be up for grabs tonight. As New Day challenged the World Raiders for the World Tag Team Championship, which is that match did not need it tonight. They should have replaced that match with the TLC match with DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits for WrestleMania 41 for Night 1. And that's all I gotta say. All through Kobe Kingston and Xavier Woods hold a win over Ivar and Eric on the April 7th edition of Raw, which with wireless challengers with Wishless challenging them for the title when the win came via with the win disqualification. All right. Jade Cargill looks to exact her retribution against her former best friend Naomi when the two collide with one another head to head. Jade Cargill took Naomi out of 2025 Women's Elimination Chamber when she blindsided her with an attack after finding out she had taken her out of action for a number of weeks, with Naomi later conforming herself as the isolate assassin. I'm sorry. Audition El Grande Americano will be returning to action as he squares off with Rey Fenix. Despite LWO member Rey Mysterio originally being still to complete against Americano, and he announced that he was no longer medically cleared on the countdown to WrestleMania 41 Night 1 pre-show. LWO has have been looking to unmask Americano, suspecting that the man under the mask is Chad Gable. Americano has hit, score wins over Dragon Lee in singles competition on the March 24th episode of Raw, and Dragon Lee crossed the Terror and Joaquin Wild in a six-man tag team match when he joined forces with Chad Gable, American Made, Stalemate, Julius Creed, and Brutus Creed on April 17th. All right, we are live. Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, and Wade Barrett get audience at home as Triple H greets audience at home before Jey Uso then makes his way down to the ring. Gunther follows. So we get the first match. Gunther versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. I am so glad that Jey Uso finally beat Gunther as I predicted. My prediction was right that Jey Uso was going to beat Gunther, and now Jey Uso became World Heavyweight Championship. And this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie, man. This, in my honest opinion, this was a pretty good match to me. But I'm glad Gunther finally lost. The bell rings and the two lock up. Jey Uso lands a pair of shoulder tackles on Gunther, and the two lock up once again. Gunther sends Jey Uso crashing out of the ring after the top rope with a chop to the chest. He dumps him back inside. Gunther whips Jey Uso in the center and connects with a chop whips him into the opposite corner. Jey Uso responds with a spear and goes for a pin, but Gunther kicks out. He follows it up with a Samoan drop on Gunther, and then a two-man teeter on the ropes before Gunther lands. Before Gunther lands. What was it? It says Gunther whips Jey Uso in the corner, connects with a chop, and then whips him into the opposite corner. Jey Uso responds with a spear and goes for a pin, but Gunther kicks out. He follows it up with a small drop on Gunther and a two-man teeter on the ropes before Gunther lands a suplex on Jey Uso and follows it up with a shotgun dropkick. Gunther follows it up with a powerbomb, but Jey Uso lands a hurricanrana and a spear on Gunther. He climbs up the ropes and lands a Uso splash and then goes for a pin, but Gunther kicks out. Gunther grabs the World Heavyweight Championship belt and looks to head to the back as the referee begins a 10 count. Jey Uso looks to land a tope suicide on Gunther, but Gunther clocks him with the belt. How did Jey Uso fall for it? I don't know. But anyway, let me continue. He follows it up with a fall splash and rains down hammer and anvil elbow on Jey Uso, then changes in a sleeper hold on Jey Uso. Jey Uso escapes in a two-man exchange chops with one another. He delivers a German suplex to Gunther, but Gunther responds with a shotgun dropkick. Jey Uso hits a spear on Gunther, then follows it up with a trio of the Uso splashes and chances in a sleeper on Gunther. Gunther taps out. The winner and your new World Heavyweight Champion, Jey Uso. Yeet. And I am so glad that my boy Jey Uso won the new World Heavyweight Championship, and I'm so glad Gunther lost. So, like I said earlier, what are my Jey Uso? What you Jey Uso haters got to say now? Y'all want Jey Uso to lose? But keep that same energy. I told you that Jey Uso was going to become the new World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41 Night 1 against Gunther. Look what happened. I called it straight down the middle. And I'm riding with my boy Jey Uso. I'm such a big fan of Jey Uso, and that's all I gotta say. And that's all I have to say. But side course Jimmy Uso was out there to congratulate his brother Jey Uso, and that's all I gotta say. All right, but like I said, to people that still hating on Jey Uso, don't switch up now. Keep that same energy. All right, let me continue. After the match, Jimmy Uso joins his brother in the ring as they celebrate Jey Uso's win. All right, the War Raiders versus the New Day for the World Tag Team Champions, and this match was not needed. I will replace this match with the TLC match, along with DIY, Street Profits, and Motor City Machine Guns. You know what I'm saying? But this match was not needed. You know what I'm saying? But the War Raiders got a hold on this one, and that's all I gotta say. And this was a decent tag team match, but I know the War Raiders is going to ask for their rematch. I guarantee you. And then the New Day is going to drop the tag team championships back to the War Raiders. I can definitely see it coming. The bell rings and New Day attached to War Raiders. Ivar tags in and everybody body slams him onto Xavier Woods and Kobe Kingston on the outside, and then lands a crossbody on Xavier Woods and Kobe Kingston and tags in Eric. Eric tosses Xavier Woods over to Ivar, who lands a crossbody on him off the top rope. Kobe Kingston tags in and lands a leg drop on Eric as he drapes through the bottom rope. He delivers a famous on him, then tags in Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods continues to wear Eric down and tags Kobe Kingston back in. Eric sends Kobe Kingston crashing on the top of Xavier Woods and then tags in Ivar. Ivar sends Kobe Kingston crashing into the mat and connects with a crossbody on him. He then hits a senton on him. Kobe Kingston levels Ivar with a roundhouse kick to his head and then tags in Xavier Woods. Um, Ivar levels Xavier Woods and Kobe Kingston with a springboard double back elbow, but Kobe Kingston tags back in and fires off right hands on Ivar's spine with Kobe Kingston. Kobe Kingston holds Ivar in place as Xavier Woods extends up the middle rope, but Eric catches him with a strike midair, and Ivar levels Kobe Kingston with a spinning back heel kick. Ivar lands a moonsault on Kofi Kingston and goes for the pin, but Xavier Woods breaks the fall with an elbow drop off the ropes. Xavier Woods rocks Eric with a kick and a knee to his face, but Eric rocks him with a knee to his face and tags in Ivar. Xavier Woods extends up the top rope as Kofi Kingston holds Ivar in place. They deliver a double stomp to him off the top for the win. The winner and your new WWE Tag Team Champion, WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, um, the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. And this match right here should have been on Monday Night Raw. And that's all I gotta say. All right, let me continue. Naomi make her way down to the ring, and Jade Cargill follows. So, next match. So we get Naomi versus Jade Cargill. This was the worst match of the night, but there are three good spots during this match, and I called it straight down the middle that Jade Cargill was going to go over Naomi. I called it. All right. The bell rings and Jade Cargill goes straight after Naomi. She rains down right hands on her and sends her crashing into the top turnbuckle face first. The action spills out of the ring, and Jade Cargill sends Naomi crashing into the barricade. Naomi dropkicks Jade Cargill out of the ring. Then she goes for a pin. Back inside, but Jade Cargill kicks out. Naomi continues wearing down Jericho, but Jericho connects with a backbreaker on Naomi and sends her crashing into the mat face first. She rocks her with a super kick and extends up the ropes. Naomi responds with a moonsault off the ropes to Jay Cargill, but Jay Cargill and locks in a submission on her. But Jay Cargill powers up to her feet and gets her on her shoulders. Naomi escapes, but Jay Cargill gets her in an electric chair position and sends her crashing into the mat. She follows it up with the Jaded for the win. The winner of the match, Jay Cargill. This was the worst match of the night, but there are three good spots during this match. Alright, but in my honest opinion, but Naomi should have won, but it is what it is. But I know this feud is going to continue between Jade Cargill and Naomi. All right, but I'm glad Jade Cargill won, and I called it straight down the middle. Jacob Fatu then makes his way out to the ring, and LA Knight follows. All right, so we get LA. So we get the next match: LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. And I called it straight down the middle that Jacob Fatu was going to become the new United States Championship, and LA Knight, you know what I'm saying? LA Knight lost to Jacob Fatu, and I called it straight down the middle that LA Knight was going to drop the United States Championship to Jacob Fatu, and I called it straight down the middle. So I was right about this one. And this match right here, this was a decent match. The bell rings and LA Knight fires off shoulders on Jacob Fatu's midsection. He follows it up with a neck breaker and set up for the BFT on Jacob Fatu, but Jacob Fatu avoids it and lands a Samoan jump on LA Knight. LA Knight gets Jacob Fatu up, but Jacob Fatu counters into a crossbody. LA Knight drop kicks Jacob Fatu's knee and flies out of the ring to level him, then dumps him back in the ring. LA Knight sends Jacob Fatu crashing into the ring post in the corner, then lands a suplex on Jacob Fatu off the middle rope. Jacob Fatu connects with a trio of hip attacks on LA Knight and flies off the top rope with a swanton bomb. Then goes for a pin, but LA Knight kicks out. Jacob Fatu set up for a moonsault on LA Knight, but LA Knight counters into a BFT and goes for another pin. Jacob Fatu kicks out. Jacob Fatu connects with a Samoan drop on LA Knight off the middle rope, then follows it up with a pair of moonsaults for the win. The winner and your new WWE United States Champion, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. This was a decent match, and I called it straight down the middle. All right. Now that Jacob Fatu won the United States Championship, the title is heading back to the Bloodline. That's all I gotta say. Ray Phoenix then makes his way down to the ring. El Grande Americano follows. All right, and so we get the next match: El Grande Americano versus Ray Phoenix. And I was not invested in this match, so I ain't really care about this match. But Ray Phoenix should have won. And we already knew who's on that match. Chad Gable cheated, so that's all I gotta say. Americano shoves Vikino in the crowd. Vikino Vikingo connects with the insecurity on Americano, and Ray Phoenix lands a Hurricanrana on Americano when he gets back in the ring as the bell sounds. Ray Phoenix then locks up with Chad Gable and connects with a monkey flip before landing a Hurricanrana off the ropes and a missile drop kick off the top. He flies off the top rope to level Chad Gable on the outside and gets him back in the ring. Ray Phoenix extends up the top rope and lands an arm drag on Americano, then connects with a double stomp on his chest. Americano hits a belly-to-belly suplex to Ray Phoenix into the corner, then flies off the top rope with a reverse 450 splash and looks to remove Ray Phoenix's mask. Ray Phoenix prevents him from doing so and delivers the fire driver. Then Americano slips a piece of metal in his mask, but Ray Phoenix catches him with the Hurricane and walks the ropes. He fires to level Americano, but Americano cinches in ankle lock on Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix counters into a roll up, but Americano kicks out and extends to the top rope. He hits the diving headbutt on Ray Phoenix for the win. The winner of the match, El Grande Americano. But I heard rumors that somebody attacked Bailey, so Lyra Kira needs a tag team partner for tomorrow. But I wonder who Lyra Kira's tag team partner will be, since Bailey got attacked by I don't know who did it. First Jade Cargill got attacked by Naomi, and now Bailey got attacked by somebody. Who knows? So now we got to wait until tomorrow to see who attacked Bailey. So we're going to find out who did it. All right, let me continue. After the match, Rakino checks on Ray Phoenix and helps him up. Shawn Michaels then makes his way out to the ring to announce the attendance of 61,467 people. Charlotte Flair then makes her way out to the ring, and Tiffany Stratton follows. All right, so we get the next match. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. This match was god awful, but I'm glad Tiffany Stratton won. Bro, I was gonna crash out that if Tiffany Stratton loses, it would be if Tiffany Stratton would lost to Charlotte Flair, I would have crashed out. It would be and it would be the downfall for the wrestling community. But I'm glad But thank God Charlotte Flair did not win. I told you guys, and I called it straight down the middle that Tiffany Stratton was going to retain the WWE Women's Championship. But this match was god awful, and that's all I gotta say. The bell rings and the two women waste no time going after one another. Tiffany Stratton sends Charlotte Flair crashing into the ring, but Charlotte Flair sends Tiffany Stratton crashing into the barricade. Charlotte Flair sends Tiffany Stratton's head repeatedly bouncing off the mat back inside the ring. Stephanie Valkyrie did not like that at all. But Tiffany Stratton locks in a Boston Crab on Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair escapes, but Tiffany Stratton lands a spine buster on her. Tiffany Stratton looks to land the prettiest moonsault ever on Charlotte Flair, but Charlotte Flair gets her knees up. Charlotte Flair lands a sit-out powerbomb on Tiffany Stratton, then steps over Tiffany Stratton and stands up the ropes. Tiffany Stratton joins Charlotte Flair up there, but Charlotte Flair fights off Tiffany Stratton. What was that by Tiffany Stratton helping Charlotte Flair up the top rope? What was that? I don't get it. But anyway, let me continue. Tiffany Stratton lands a spine buster on Charlotte Flair, then sends her knees bouncing off the mat twice. Charlotte Flair returns the favor by sending Tiffany Stratton knees bouncing off the ring post twice. But Tiffany Stratton lands a moonsault on Charlotte Flair off the ropes. She follows it up with a blockbuster off the middle rope and goes for a pin, but Charlotte Flair kicks out. Tiffany Stratton sends Charlotte Flair crashing into the corner spot first, then connects with the prettiest moonsault ever for the win. The winner of the match is still your WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. Thank God Charlotte Flair lost, and I'm glad Tiffany Stratton won because it's Tiffy time. That's all I gotta say. This match was god awful. All right, let me continue. The WWE Hall of Fame Clash of 2025 then takes their place on the stage and celebrate their inductions with the live crowd on the WrestleMania entrance stage. Now here's my opinion. Why wasn't Layla? Now Layla and Mickey James should have been there. It's either Layla or Mickey James should induct Michelle McCool into the 2025 Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? But in my honest opinion, it's either. But my honest opinion, and I said this in my WWE SmackDown review on highlights, that Layla should induct Michelle McCool into the 2025 Hall of Fame. It is what it is, man. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. All right, let's continue. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Paul Heyman make their way out to the ring. All right, so we get the main event of the evening. CM Punk accompanied by Paul Heyman versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins in a triple threat match. This match right here, this triple threat match, this was the match of the night, and it had a W in it. Before the outcome, I did not see this one coming when I did not see this one coming when Paul Heyman low blow CM Punk. That part I did not see it coming. But CM Punk had the best entrance on WrestleMania 41 Night 1, and CM Punk's entrance was so goated, and that's all I gotta say. All right. The bell rings and CM Punk rolls out of the ring. Roman Reigns sends Seth Rollins crashing into adjacent turnbuckles, but CM Punk slides back into the ring and goes after the two men. Roman Reigns levels Seth Rollins with their right hand and clotheslines CM Punk out of the ring. Then sends CM Punk crashing into the ring apron face first twice. CM Punk sends Roman Reigns crashing into the ring post, then grabs a chair and cracks it across Seth Rollins' spine as the pair brawl through the crowd. Seth Rollins grabs a garbage can and cracks it across CM Punk's head, then cracks it across his spine. CM Punk sends Seth Rollins crashing on the top of the garbage can, but Roman Reigns flies over the barricade with a crossbody to level Seth Rollins and CM Punk. He dumps Seth Rollins and CM Punk back into the ringside area. Then he hits Seth Rollins with a giant prime hydration drink bottle at ringside twice. Alright. Roman Reigns lands a Samoan drop on CM Punk, then catches Seth Rollins with a right hand as he flies off the ropes. He lands a step up knee on Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns on the opposite corner, then lands a double DDT on both of them and lands a body slam on Roman Reigns. He extends up the ropes, but Seth Rollins joins him on them. Roman Reigns gets Seth Rollins in an electric chair position, and CM Punk lands a clothesline on him. Roman Reigns lands a Superman punch on CM Punk and goes for a pin, but CM Punk kicks out. CM Punk and Roman Reigns then exchange right hands with one another, but CM Punk lands an enziguri on Roman Reigns. He chinches in the Intercontinental Vice, but Seth Rollins breaks the hold after a frog splash off the top rope. He pins Roman Reigns and CM Punk, both men kicked out. Seth Rollins fires off stunts on Roman Reigns and CM Punk, then rains down right hands on CM Punk and connects with a buckle bomb. He fires off one. He fires off of more stumps on Roman Reigns, and he hits a second buckle bomb on him. Roman Reigns looks to land a spear on Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins counters into a pedigree. That move was fire, and follows it up with a curve stomp. All right. CM Punk gets Seth Rollins up on his shoulders, but Seth Rollins escapes and Roman Reigns lands a spear on him. CM Punk lands a GTS on Roman Reigns and goes for a pin, but Roman Reigns kicks out. Seth Rollins lands a boot on the side of CM Punk's face on the outside and clears the announcer desk. Then consider doing a double powerbomb on CM Punk with Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns um opts uh, Roman Reigns opts against it and hits Seth Rollins with their power bomb. CM Punk threw one of the announcer tables, and Seth Rollins threw the other announcer tables. And I know both of them announcer tables broke, and that's all I gotta say. It wasn't steady at all. Both of them announcer tables was not steady at all. But anyway, let me continue. Roman Reigns dumps Seth Rollins back in the ring and lands a spear on him. Then goes for a pin, but Seth Rollins kicks out. Roman Reigns cinches in the guillotine on CM Punk, but CM Punk counters into a roll up. Roman Reigns kicks out, but CM Punk locks the Intercontinental Vice back in. Seth Rollins breaks the hold by locking in a sharpshooter on CM Punk, but Roman Reigns locks the guillotine back in on Seth Rollins. CM Punk responds with a GTS to Seth Rollins and pins him, but Seth Rollins kicks out. All right. Seth Rollins kicks out. CM Punk lands a second GTS on Seth Rollins, but Roman Reigns spears him. Seth Rollins lands the curve stomp on Roman Reigns as Paul Heyman grabs a chair from the Timekeeper's era. Roman Reigns and CM Punk look to take the chair, but Paul Heyman slides the chair to CM Punk. He joins him in the ring, and CM Punk raises the chair, but Paul Heyman low blows CM Punk. That part I did not see it coming. He hands Roman Reigns the chair, and Roman Reigns repeatedly cracks it across CM Punk's spine with the chair. Roman Reigns then looks to use the chair on Seth Rollins, but Paul Heyman low blows the OTC low blows him as Seth Rollins smiles on. Paul Heyman hands Seth Rollins the chair, and Seth Rollins hits Roman Reigns with the chair. He follows it up with the curb stomp to him for the pin and the win. The winner of the match, Seth Rollins, and Showstopper TV called it. But this was a good match and it had a W in it. I did want CM Punk to win, but that was not the case. I got that one wrong, but it is what it is. But I understand that I always cannot get them right. But I understand that I can't get them all at once. But it is what it is. But this was a good match. This was the match of the night, and it had a W in it. I like that right there. And and you know what the crazy part is? WWE always talking about the island of relevancy, and this is the island of isolation. And I'm so glad that I said it on my channel for the first time. Since let me say this again to all my viewers that's watching this video. WWE always talking about the island of relevancy. It went from the island of relevancy to the island of isolation, and that's all I got to say. But other than that, now WrestleMania 41, it had some good moments. That's all I have to say. But the rest of the show, which is terrible, and I know that WrestleMania 41 Night 2 is going to deliver tomorrow. WrestleMania 41 Night 2 is going to be way better than WrestleMania 41 Night 1. That's all I gotta say. And I cannot wait for Night 2 of WrestleMania 41 because I know that WrestleMania 41 Night 2 is going to deliver way better than WrestleMania 41 Night 1. But I'm so glad that Jey Uso won. I'm so glad that Jey Uso became the new World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther. That's a big W on that. And I also enjoy the the main event triple threat match with Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. And that match itself was the match of the night, and it had a W in it. That's all I gotta say. Now that Seth Rollins has joined Paul Heyman, do you think Brock Lesnar is going to come back to join Paul Heyman? If that happens, Roman Reigns and CM Punk has to take out Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. You know what I'm saying? Like Paul Heyman's team. However I want to say it, but now that Seth Rollins became a Paul Heyman guy, all they gotta do is bring back Brock Lesnar just to get some more heat. You know what I'm saying? Get some more heat. Like if Brock Lesnar was to come out to WWE, now CM Punk and Roman Reigns has to take down Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, let me get my honest opinion before I wrap this video up. WrestleMania 41 Night 1 was a terrible show, but it had some good moments. That's all I have to say. But anyway, if you guys to join my WrestleMania 41 Night 1 review and highlights, please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content I do on the channel, because I'm on the road to 9K. I'm really trying to push myself to 10K. In order for me to push myself to 10K, I gotta push myself to 9K, and I'm on the path to YouTube partner. And also, follow my social media down below in the description, and go check out my WWE NXT Standard Delivered review and highlights. I still got it set to premiere on my channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my WrestleMania 41 Night 2 review and highlights. So it's going to be a banger, and I cannot wait for WrestleMania 41 Night 2. Alright, this your boy Bigboysnacksjonnytv. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kids, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will make a 3-minute YouTube short video of me show you guys my WrestleMania. Show you guys my thumbnail twice in my 3-minute YouTube short video, because I need 1K views and with a lot of comments. And that's all I gotta say. But have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my WrestleMania 41 Night 2 review and highlights. And that's all I gotta say. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gangs. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.